You know, maintaining a healthy lifestyle is not only important during pandemics, but in our everyday life. It is essential to maintain a healthy mind, body, and soul. Hi there, welcome to today's edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Let us show you just how you can create and maintain a healthy, peaceful aura during COVID-19 and beyond. Coming right up after the news.
I'm sure my neighbors hear the screams and cries.
I'm sure by now they've seen the bruises through my oversized glasses.
Can they tell I'm depressed when we speak?
Are they counting my frequent days off from work?
Domestic violence is any pattern of behavior used by an individual to maintain control or power over another. Domestic violence is not just physical, it can also be verbal. If you're in a relationship where you are being abused or know of anyone, get out and speak up. Report domestic violence by calling 119 or the nearest police station. Get out before someone puts you out.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, July 16. Government is setting up a special $40 million support package for creative and athletic practitioners who have been adversely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Grange, made the announcement during her contribution to the 2020-2021 sectoral debate in Parliament on Tuesday.
The $40 million is in addition to the amounts that will be paid to creative practitioners under the CARE program directly from the Ministry of Finance.
She says those who have or will receive funding under the CARE program will not be eligible for assistance under this special support package. In the meantime, Minister Grange says her ministry has been in discussion with the relevant stakeholders for a phased reopening of entertainment and athletic activities. So far, protocols have been approved for national athletes to resume training at Independence Park and the National Aquatic Center, for horse racing at Caymanas Park, and golf at the Half Moon and Constant Spring Golf Clubs. Protocols have also been announced to permit the reopening of cinemas, theaters, and playhouses as of July 5, and the temporary resumption of small outdoor concerts, parties, round robins, launches, religious celebrations, and festivals starting July 21.
The greatest assistance that we can provide to our athletic and creative practitioners is to ensure that they can return to doing what they love to do in a way that secures public health.
It is estimated that since COVID-19, as much as $26 billion has been lost and more than 40,000 creative and sports-related jobs have been affected. Jamaica is on schedule to open its first national shelter for victims of domestic abuse in August. That was also revealed during Minister Olivia Grange's sectoral presentation on Tuesday. She says work has also resumed on 2 of the 3 shelters that the government is planning to open across the island.
That the Minister of Finance found the money and gave it to us in the budget to acquire 2 properties. So, 1 property will be operationalized in August. Another property, I've just taken possession of it. The keys here, Mr. Speaker. And the 3rd property, the title is at the title's office.
Minister Grange says the first shelter will serve mid-island communities, while the other 2 will address the needs of those in the eastern and western regions. The Bustamante Hospital for Children is now operating at an improved capacity to treat sick children after receiving a neonatal high-dependency unit. The facility, which comes equipped with 10 specialized bed spaces and 2 isolation rooms, was officially opened on Tuesday. Constructed at a cost of 22 million euros, it's the final of 4 such units that have been established under the Programme for the Reduction of Maternal and Child Mortality, PROMAC, which is funded by the European Union.
It is giving mother and child care in our country a significant boost. Indeed, it is filling a gap that had existed before, which otherwise may not have been filled if we did not have this 22 million euros, not just for the building and the equipment, but for the training and for all the other things that are associated with this concept, this program.
The Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin, is reporting that the country's inflation rate for May was 0.1%. Statin's Director General, Carol Coy, says this outturn was largely driven by a 1.1% increase in the heavily weighted food and non-alcoholic beverages category of the Consumer Price Index, CPI, for the month. The CPI measures the price movements for consumer goods and services purchased by private households and is one of the most widely used indicators for measuring inflation. Ms. Coy says higher prices for certain agricultural produce resulted in the index for vegetables, tubers, plantains, cooking bananas, and pulses increasing by 2.3%. Additionally, a 1.5% increase was recorded for housing, water and electricity, gas and other fuels impacted by high electricity rates for the month. She says increases were also recorded in a number of other categories, but the overall rate of inflation was moderated by decreases in the consumer price indices for the education and transport divisions.
The index for education fell by 22.1%, primarily influenced by a decrease in private tuition fees for the summer term. The index for the transport division decreased by 0.3% due to lower prices for petrol during the month. Statin's Director General was addressing the agency's quarterly digital media briefing on Wednesday. A new CPI series was introduced for April 2020 Consumer Expenditure Bulletin. It was revised to identify new commodities that have entered or left the market, account for quality changes in products, and capture changes in consumer expenditure patterns for goods and services. Government is to establish 2 additional emergency shelters in the communities of Windsor Castle and Mount Horeb in eastern Portland to protect vulnerable persons during disasters. Minister of Local Government and Community Development, Desmond McKenzie, says increased focus is now being placed on setting up isolation areas at the shelters for the aged and other persons due to the COVID-19 pandemic. He adds that containers will be retrofitted for the storage of food items at the shelters to ensure residents can access needed supplies even if the area gets cut off during a disaster. And finally, the Ministry of Health and Wellness is paying tribute to the participants under its Health Corps volunteer project. The project, which began on April 6, is aimed at supporting the ministry's Emergency Operations Center's response to COVID-19. The volunteers were given tokens of appreciation during the recent presentation ceremony.
You could have stayed home like everybody else, not true? You could have decided that, boy, it would be better for me to stay in my yard and keep myself safe. But you decided to do otherwise. You recognized that you had a set of talents, and you chose to utilize that talent to advance a very important agenda, not only for the government, but for the entire country, and that agenda of keeping people safe.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
To properly carry out a hand rub, apply a palmful of the product in your cupped hand, covering all surfaces. Rub your hands palm to palm. Rub your right palm over the back of your left hand with interlaced fingers and vice versa. Rub your hands palm to palm with fingers interlaced. Rub the back of your fingers to opposing palms with fingers interlocked. Rotationally rub backwards and forwards the clasped fingers of your right hand in your left palm and vice versa. Once your hands are dry, they are now safe.
As we noted at the start, a healthy mind, body and soul should be an everyday concern for all of us. It's also something we have to work on achieving. To help you, we have some advice for maintaining good mental health, no matter what is happening around you.
It is normal to feel sad, stressed, confused, scared, or overwhelmed during a crisis such as that caused from the COVID-19 pandemic. But there's no need to. For one, we must first inform ourselves about this disease through reliable sources to determine our risk and precautions to take. This can go a far way in calming our fears and ensuring our safety. Keeping in touch with family and friends and talking to people you trust, even as we practice social distancing, can help prevent panicking and keep you in good spirits. If you must stay at home during this period, try to maintain a healthy lifestyle of proper diet, adequate sleep, and regular exercise. Don't use smoking, alcohol, or other drugs to deal with your emotions. If you feel overwhelmed, talk to someone about it, a healthcare provider or counselor that you can call. Ensure that you're fully engaged in something constructive to occupy your time. An arrangement with your employer to work from home where possible is good in helping to keep up normal daily routines. Limit the time you and your family spend watching, listening, or in conversations about COVID-19 that you perceive as scary or upsetting to avoid being overwhelmed. Make sure you are in the know generally, but try to engage more in other things or change the topic of your conversations to things you enjoy talking about. Draw on the skills that have helped you manage previous adversities. It's important to try to maintain some sort of daily agenda so that the days are not wasted and you'll feel more accomplished. Focus on activities that make you feel happy, like reading a book, watching your favorite show, playing video games with your family, or telling stories. Do some gardening or chores around the home too. Children too need to be provided with the information to help them understand the risks without becoming scared and confused. Use age-appropriate language to teach them about hand washing, cough and sneezing etiquette, and social distancing. It's also important to reassure them about what could happen if they start feeling sick and may have to go to the hospital so doctors can help them feel better. In the meantime, ensure their learning continues even as schools are out. And give them extra time and attention. Listen, speak kindly, comfort them, and of course, make time to play. When it comes to easing fear and anxiety around COVID-19, just consider that once we do what's necessary to protect ourselves and prevent spread, we should be well. If we do get sick, rest assured our doctors are trained to manage the illness and help us recover. And yes, while we maintain proper cough etiquette, cover our noses when we sneeze, and practice social distancing, we must treat each other with care and respect. Don't be startled by every cough or sneeze. Remember, not everyone who does has the virus. Take care of yourself, support others, don't panic.
So here are the facts.
7 out of 10 Jamaicans die from a non-communicable disease.
Because we love our people and we want them to live better quality lives,
we, the Ministry of Health and our partners, are launching Jamaica Moves.
Jamaica Moves is a call to action to prevent non-communicable diseases.
By educating and encouraging Jamaicans to be active,
eat healthy,
and start living 30 minutes at a time.
Because 30 minutes of physical activity each day,
along with proper nutrition, can go a long way.
to prevent your risk from developing certain NCDs such as diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, and certain cancers.
And remember, it's life we're promoting. That's why you see me going hard right now.
I'm all about living.
So help us take this first step towards a healthier Jamaica so you can enjoy more moments, more memories, more life.
Want to get in shape? Don't want to break the bank? No worries. Here's a quick and easy workout routine that you can do at home, the park, and even on the beach.
Hi, I'm Charnette, and this is your 30-minute workout in 5 minutes. Let's go! This is a full body workout that you can easily do at home. It's for beginners, so you can start with 2 or 3 sets of each rep. And remember guys, before you start any exercise routine, check with your doctor. Remember to hydrate.
So here's a sometimes unwelcome fact of life. Death is inevitable. But what do you do if you've suddenly lost a loved one who was left behind assets and no will? The Administrator General's Department is here to guide you. Take a look.
Yo, Kevin, what going? You know, play ball with the man them?
Yo, you know, say a thing happened to me the other day, my youth. Have me away, I'm never gonna lie to you.
What happened?
You know, some of them are stressed out and I grieve. You know my brother John?
Yeah.
You know, so the man say him sick, and we carry him to the hospital. And the man just dead, so. Dead left him daughter, no will. Yeah, and him two daughter, them, Ashley at 9 and Gabriel at 13, so we really don't know what to do.
Boy, sorry for hear that, you know. You never have no will?
Yo, I just said that already, man. Yo, man no left no will. If he left a will, would I know what to do. I really don't know what to do.
So him never have house, car, bank account? You must at least NHT contribution.
Yo, if I tell you the truth, my brother very secretive. So I really don't know. I just know the facts say he's a teacher, and I know them pay him through the bank, so he would have a bank account. I know him to buy a house last year. The car where I have, I never know if I fee him. So I really don't know. That may I say if in the left a will, would I really know where I have or what to do. But we really don't know what to do.
No, I did hear upon the radio still Administrator General's Department deal with them matter there, you know.
Administrator General's Department. What them do really? What them really do?
The government office, man. Them, whenever people dead without will and them have kids under 18, them deal with the assets.
So you say Administrator General's Department, them deal with them thing there? Push for the Administrator General's Department there.
12 Ocean Boulevard.
Yeah, but I really like to go down there still and find out from them what them can do, because I tell us so we really don't know what to do. I tell you the truth.
Follow them play some ball, man. Before they go down there tomorrow.
Respect.
That's right. If someone dies and did not leave a will, leaving children under the age of 18 years old and have assets such as property, bank accounts and motor vehicle, you must report the death of the person to the Administrator General's Department.
Good morning, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Hello, good morning. I have a situation, I hope you can help me. My brother died last week, and I don't know what to do.
Did he leave a will?
No, he didn't leave a will.
Okay, I'm going to ask that you complete this document for us.
To process the report of a death, you will need to complete a form of particulars witnessed by a justice of the peace or a notary public. You also have to submit an original death certificate, proof that you're related to the deceased, for example, birth certificate, marriage certificate, proof of assets such as bank passbook, land ownership documents, share certificates, motor vehicle documents, insurance policies, certificate of deposit. You will also need to provide a small sum towards administration expenses if no cash is left by the deceased. Before reporting a death, you can visit our offices for further information. In Kingston, 3rd floor at the Office Centre Building, 12 Ocean Boulevard, or call us 922-183023. You can also visit our Western office at the 2nd floor of the National Housing Trust Building at 42B Union Street, Montego Bay, St. James. Telephone 630-4261. Our website is at www.agd.gov.jm. That's the Administrator General's Department, securing your legacy.
Yeah, yard man. Yeah, yard man, don't respect. I want to yard. I respect and love man to all Jamaica, no matter where in the world. One eye, like I own you. No matter where in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. No birth papers I have to show, cause I am a Jamaican. No matter where in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. No birth papers I have to show, cause I am a Jamaican. I have Jamaican walk, them here Jamaican talk, cause I am a Jamaican. Them here Jamaican chat, them say Jamaican bop, cause I am a Jamaican. Now everywhere in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. And no ID I will have to show, 'cause I am a Jamaican. Them say, Lord, what a boy can run, that is a Jamaican. When they see the Rasta man from Jamdong, that is a Jamaican. Dressmaker, baker, tailor, shoemaker, market, woman in a donkey cart. Rivers and streams, fountains and mountains. In a Jamaica we have it all. Now everywhere in the world I go, I am a Jamaican. No birth papers I have to show, 'cause I am a Jamaican. When you hear that music I play out a door, it must be Jamaican. When you smell the food I cook when the breeze blow, got to be Jamaican. Hey, beautiful smile, God-fearing people. Known across the world, yet you're so simple. So simple. Yeah, and it's not your fault that you're so loving and kind. Oh, jam down, sweet Jamaica. Jamaica is island of mine. No matter where I go, I am a Jamaican. No ID I man need to show, 'cause I am a Jamaican. Oh, them people they laugh so much, got to be Jamaican. They have overcome struggles and been through so much, got to be Jamaican. You're not all, you're not tough, you got to be Jamaican. Resilient and brave, industrious, yes we are Jamaican. No matter anywhere in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. No ID I man have to show, I am a Jamaican. Them say, Lord, what a boy can.
This is where we part ways for today. Another show is being prepared just for you, and you can watch at this same time on this same station tomorrow. In the meantime, remember to maintain a healthy lifestyle and protect your mental health by exercising, talking to loved ones if you feel alone. Remember, our goal is to make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. Until next time, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.